Thanks, Jeff, and good morning, everybody. I actually would, the first thing I really ought to do is thank Jeff because as he alluded to in his comments, during the process of this coalition growing, there's been certainly some growing pains along with that, and Jeff and his team really committed themselves this year to working with everybody in the coalition to make sure it comes out the other end stronger at the end of this year, and we are really prepped for a great drive over the next 4 years, thanks to Jeff and the folks at House, so thank you. I know many of you, a brief background about us. The Alliance for the Great Lakes is a Great Lakes advocacy and education organization headquartered in Chicago. We have staff in 6 places around the region. And I'm pleased to tell you that we've added our first staff person in Southeast Michigan earlier this year. Sam Lovell is sitting right here. And so it's great to be on the ground here finally. It's particularly satisfying and gratifying for me on a personal note because I actually grew up here. And one thing I learned when I was growing up, particularly after I left high school, was that I heard this comment over and over from people when I met them. Nobody's from Detroit. And I thought to myself, well, I'm from Detroit, and nearly a million other people are. But I heard this when I introduced myself. Nobody's from Detroit. And what they really meant was Detroit was this mysterious place that they didn't understand what was going on there. They didn't understand why people lived there. And they didn't understand why anybody would come there. And that was really disturbing to me. I have found over the last few days being here in Detroit that all the places I'm going to, all the things I'm doing, are in fact things that I could not have done 20 years ago when I graduated from high school. And the reason for that is because none of it was actually here. When I look around downtown Detroit today, I look at the Riverwalk, I look at the hotel we're staying in, I look at the restaurants we're going to. Everything is new, everything is revitalized, and this city is being restored before our eyes. So I encourage you as you walk through this town to think about the fact that this city has come a long way in the last 20 years. And it's really spectacular for me, with a bit of nostalgia, to be able to be here and actually be doing good Great Lakes work in the place where I grew up. I just want to share a little anecdote to show you how significant this is. I was about a year ago. I was having drinks with a friend who has moved back here from his travails elsewhere in the country, and is also doing great work in the city of Detroit. And we were having a couple of beers on 2nd Avenue, just a few blocks up from where I went to high school, which in and of itself is a victory to be able to do that. After we were done, he said, I had to get on the road, and he said, come out here, let me show you something. And we walked around the corner, and here there is a community garden on 2nd Avenue, about 4 blocks north of Castech High School. And just to show you how significant this is, he didn't need to say anything else. He just was, look at this, look at what's happening here. And that's all that it took. Community gardens may not be spectacular to many of you, they may be common. The fact that this was happening where it was in Detroit, we looked at each other and smiled and thought about cheering because of the transformation that we saw in front of us. I'm really happy to be here. I welcome you all to the city, and I encourage you to find ways to take part in that transformation while you're here. So, thank you.